I'm gonna get myself in here too. Anyway, oh, Piper's excited. Yes. All right. So what we're gonna do here is just down. We're gonna do a quick 5 minute session, and Piper's gonna tell you how excited she is. I got some treats here, and we're gonna do a really quick session on training. So we're gonna use some marker words, and then we're gonna use some treats, and we'll do a couple different things. Now this is for a dog that's already crate trained. Okay, but the idea is the same for a new dog. But the idea here, what I'm going to be doing in this video, is reviewing crate training for a dog that's already crate trained. Free, good girl. Okay, so I released her from the crate. Oh, what a good girl! Yeah, and we're going to continue on having some fun. Okay, crate. Oh, good girl. So she's back in the crate. She's excited for food. Free. Good girl. Okay, so here's what we're going to be doing. I'm going to, out. No. Good. Down. I'm going to ask Piper to go to the crate. She's going to go to the crate, and I'm going to release her right away. Super excited. Crate. Free. Good girl. Okay, so now I'm actually going to be using my release marker, terminal marker, which is yes. Sit. Good. Down. Sit. Good. Down. Good. Crate. Yes. There we go. Crate. Okay. And I'm just going to use treats. So she's going to come back. Now I'm going to keep her in there. Yes. I'll let her go get some food and then continue that process. Sit. That's not a sit. Good. Crate. Yes. There you go. Good girl. And so what we're doing here, crate, is just repeating the process. Yes. Okay. Crate. Yes. So she hears the crate cue, and she goes to the crate. She does what I want her to do. Crate. And then I mark. Yes. Okay. And release her from the thing that I've asked her to do. Down. Okay. So the terminal marker, yes, in this case, is releasing her from the task that I've asked her to do. No, which is to go to the CRATE. Great. So in this case, she came out. Great. Good. So this case, she came out of the crate, and I told her, no, I didn't release you, so you got to go back into the crate. Then now this is total German Shepherd. Like, I'm super excited to play. Yes, go get it. Good. She hasn't had an opportunity to play today. Spin. Oh, good. Down. Sit. Oh, boy. Great. Yes. There we go. So the idea, this is a wonderful live video. Down. This is what training looks like with a super revved up German Shepherd who hasn't had any training today. Yes. Great. Yes. There we go. So we're going to slow it down after a little bit, but I'm going to get her to do some stuff, have a little bit of fun. Around. Oh, around. There we go. Great. Good. So notice I'm using communication words, right? Means no, like you're kind of making a mistake, but you have an opportunity to retry. Down. Yeah, there we go. Get her to settle a bit. Yes. There we go. She's released. Great. Okay. So now, down. Good. Now this obviously, if you had a really rambunctious puppy, you would do this probably right in front of the crate. Yeah, but I'm not really trying to force the dog in the crate. I'm just like telling her, go in the crate, she can come out, go in the crate, come out. So this is where you can get sort of, if you have a dog that sort of already understands the marker words, right? So she knows when I say right, she's got to go back and stay in there. Okay. When I release her by the word yes, that's when she can come out. Yes. There we go. And I toss a piece of food, maybe play around a little bit. Oh, yeah, good girl. Good. She gets another piece. Yes. Or sorry, crate. Okay. Now I'm bribing her. I've got the treats here. I could be hiding the treats or whatever. Crate. Now down. Eventually, this is what I want her to do. Okay, go into the crate, settle down, relax. But you can see she's really ramped up. We haven't done any training for 2 days, and that's intentional. Sometimes I just, take a couple of days off, and then Piper's super pumped to do some training. Yes, good. Now she gets to go get her food. Great. And we just keep repeating this. Yes. Okay. Great. Good girl. Great. She's got to swallow her food now too. Nice. Now, if I want her to hang out in there a little longer, down. What I can start doing is closing the door, or just simply hanging out here and using my markers. So if we had a dog that didn't understand markers, and this is a really good example why using communication is really good for dogs and helping them understand specific words, right? So if Piper didn't understand when I said, right, that meant go back, or simply go in the crate means stay in the crate until I say YES, then you can leave, right? Then that would be a problem. So what I would do is I would go closer to the crate. Let's see if we can get this in the camera. Yeah. I don't know if the sound is going to travel very well. So to have her stay there, okay, and then go back in, maybe you can go back to the start here. Yes. Okay, toss it out. I'm going to go crate. I'm going to throw a piece of food in there. Okay. If she attempts to come out, I'm going to let her know that, nope, we don't want her to come out yet. Okay. We don't have to put them in a down or a sit or anything. Yes. Okay. Just release them. Great. Throw the food in. Yes. Okay, there we go. Now, in the early stages, you might be using a leash. You might be using more treats. Okay, you might be doing something like this. Good. Okay. Good. Okay, to keep your dog in the crate. Good. So you say good, you grab your food, you give it to the dog. Yes. And then you work with your release cue. Okay, great. And then over time, instead of saying good, 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 and feeding all the time, once the dog understands that terminal marker, that release cue, okay, it could be just saying FREE. In this case, I might just release her. That's what I'll do at the end when we're all done. Okay, but typically we're going to go crate and then yes, give them an opportunity to go out, finish the task. Great. So now she knows the drill. Yes. Okay, she's going to go back in. Watch this. Yes. Okay. So now we're having the dog just do the drill because they know what's coming up. Yes. There we go. Great. Okay. Now, down. I got 2 minutes left. I want to work on the next part would be closing the door. Okay. Okay. Now, if I were to open the door and she was to blast out, right? If she was to blast out, I would close the door and say, right? Close the door. Let her know that she's got to stay there. Right? Eventually to the point where you get to the point where the door can stay open. And then you release them. Free. Okay. Now, when you release them with the release cue, you normally don't feed the dog. Like down the road, I use the food initially to teach what free means by doing this. Free, and then crate. Free, like that. Crate. Free, and then once she understands what free means, then I just take the food away. Crate. Yes, and then I generally rely on my yes. Crate. Yes. Okay, that's the terminal marker. So the crate is the task. So I've asked her to do a task. Now I'm asking her to stay in there. Close the door. Okay. Hang out there. Open the door. She shouldn't barrel out. Yes. And she goes to get the food. Again. Down. Good. Now, if I want Piper to hang out in the crate, I've asked her to go into a down in the crate. So down. So I should be able to walk away and Piper hang out in that position until I release her. She's a little bit ramped up right now, but I'm going to see if I can actually do it. We'll see what happens. Yes. There we go. Good. Okay, so I just really short example of how that can be done. Great. A couple more reps and then we're all finished. Good. So she tried to come out. Use my non-reward marker. Down. Good. Okay. That's where we can close the door. Okay. Practice closing the door, walking away, coming back, rewarding the dog for being calm. Okay. When you're going to let the dog out, this is what should happen. The dog should stay in there. But this takes practice, right? The dog's usually going to barrel out. So you close the door again, open, close the door again until the dog understands they stay in there. And then we can release them. Now, this is what I typically do when I'm releasing her in the morning. Heel. Heel. Good. And then I would put her collar on. Okay. In order to train this, I used food initially. So this is what we do at night, and then in the morning I'll show you, and then I'll be done. Okay. Great. So at night, what happens is I take a piece of food, I throw it in there, I close the crate door, okay, and then I walk away. In the morning, I open the crate door, she stays in there, I grab the leash, make sure she stays in there until I release her. Center. That's it. Good. Put the collar back on, and then we're back to normal. Oops, I didn't have it set up very good, did I? Great live video. Hey, Piper? Really good production. Good. Great. There, she's all done. Okay, that's it. That's how we do it. Now, that's a sort of a roundabout way. I've had lots of requests for this, so what I think I will do is I'll actually do a full video on how to do start to finish and all this stuff. But I just wanted to give you a number of different examples on this video on how we work on crate training. Even if it's a dog that already understands it, you still have to work on practicing the skills from time to time just to review. Thanks, Piper. Okay. All right. Happy training. See you next time. All done.